Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now June 30th of 2022, and over a week ago we got the final episode of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, starring both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, that played the characters of Darth Vader and Kenobi once again for the first time in 17 years. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that they have over 12 Star Wars projects that they are working on at the same exact time. A lot of which have, of course, yet to have been announced, that will be unveiled at both D23, Disney Plus Day, as well as Star Wars Celebration 2023 in Europe. So we have a lot of announcements on the horizon. You know, we have a lot of announcements coming this fall and of course next year. So moving forward from all of this, we already know that creators out there like Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, George Lucas, Peyton Reed are very busy with the continuation of the Mandoverse, as well as the surrounding spin-off series like the Ahsoka Tano series as well. That's going to expand off of that as a great example. However, when focusing on some of the key characters like Grogu and Din Djarin, there's been a lot of developments with those characters in other Star Wars shows that will be officially announced in the near future that actually will involve the continuation of the story of those characters in a very unexpected way. Now, with that being said, we already know that everything related to the overall universe is that Disney CEO Bob Chapek wants to make sure that he's going to be using a lot more experienced writers and directors, as well as just creators in general, moving ahead with the new Star Wars universe treatment. Now, of course, on top of all of this, with Disney and Lucasfilm getting ready to announce new Star Wars TV shows at both a Disney Plus Day and D23, they are also prepared for a host of reveals at Celebration next year. Now, further, it's described, however, that currently creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have been very involved with the Bo-Katan TV series that is set to bring in actor Karl Urban as the replacement of Pedro Pascal as Din Djarin. Now, it's noted that the real reason Pascal was fired and let go from the Bo-Katan series strictly and only had a lot to do with the fact that Pascal wanted to have FaceTime with all the episodes that he would appear in as Din Djarin again. Pedro wanted nothing to do with the helmet in the series, and Disney executives were forced to make the call to let him go from the show. However, Pascal is still attached to other TV shows out there for the time being. This is the only series that he has actually been let go from, as a recast is put in place by actor Karl Urban. Now, so far, Urban is described to have a scene in the series in which he will have a helmetless scene, actually, and that Lucasfilm is prepared to make him appear just like Pascal does in Mando Season 2. Now, additionally, on top of all of this, with Karl Urban forced by Disney to act like he knows nothing about this and is not even involved, he has had to continually lie and act like he knows nothing about the project moving forward. Pascal is said to have no issues with Karl Urban joining the Bo-Katan series that is currently in development by Jon and Dave Filoni, and that both Jon and Dave are prepared to adjust to Karl playing the role of the Mandalorian in some key scenes for 3 episodes of the Bo-Katan show. Now, we talked about this a couple of times, about 2 months, give or take, ago, about the whole Karl Urban and Pedro Pascal situation as Din Djarin. Now, this is all strictly for the Bo-Katan series only. We already know that Pedro Pascal has been creating a lot of problems behind the scenes, especially with The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4, for both Jon and Dave, because the real reason is this, is that Pedro Pascal has actually talked about this about a month ago, that he believes that the character should not have to wear a helmet, and that his character deserves to be helmetless for most of the time. I don't know about you guys, but the helmet makes the character of Din Djarin. I don't know why Pedro Pascal acts like this, but his way of justifying this is that it's destroying his acting career, apparently, quote-unquote, that it's not giving him as many roles because he is now only known as Din Djarin, with the guy that wears the helmet. You know, he's not really landing a lot of major gigs out there. Sure, he got like a comedy role here and there, but Pedro wants something more blockbuster-esque in Hollywood, in the film industry, and it's just not happening with him. And so, apparently, that's all rooted to how he is mostly identified as Din Djarin, the guy with the helmet. So that's why he wants the helmet off. He wants the Master Chief treatment in the Halo TV series, and we'll get into that in just a second. Now, obviously, this is only causing a lot more drama behind the scenes with Jon and Dave Filoni trying to really set things straight. However, also another big reason with Pascal, and the reason why he was let go from said project, was due to the fact that Pascal believed that he should get the Master Chief treatment from the Halo TV series where he didn't have to wear the helmet for a good amount of time. Now, the overall treatment of Karl Urban will be playing as Din Djarin are said to involve training sessions with the Darksaber and some very important scenes with the Armorer that are going to take place on Mandalore this time around. Din Djarin is said to get a massive armor upgrade in this show that Karl Urban will be playing as Din. Grogu is also set to return in the show to have scenes with Din again. Karl Urban has already been in the talks with Jon and Dave Filoni about this new series that is planned to release sometime in 2024 if everything works with the scheduling for Karl Urban with his show, The Boys. Disney executives are said to be very confident with signing on Karl Urban to play Din Djarin in the Bo-Katan series, which is best described to be a very dark show that will take place after the events of Mando Season 4. Depending on the production of Mando 4, it still holds the potential to actually delay the Bo-Katan series release until early 2025, depending on delays and or setbacks, if and only if there are any. Katie Sackhoff is said to have no problems with Urban joining the project, as she will have little to no scenes with him as Din Djarin. So, the thing about this, and we talked about this a couple months ago, is that there is a lot of drama between both Pedro Pascal and the Disney executives. The main reason being is that Pedro Pascal has a big problem with wearing the helmet as Din Djarin. He believes that the character does not deserve to be wearing the helmet all the time like he does. Now, I don't know about you, but having him helmetless for a majority of any show would not work and would totally take the overall vibe out of the character. To me, I don't know about you guys, but the helmet makes the character of Din Djarin just as the helmet of Boba Fett makes the character. And Pedro Pascal actually touched on this a couple of weeks ago, that's another reason why he wants to get rid of the helmet, is because he's pointing fingers at Lucasfilm, allowing Boba Fett to take the helmet off, and how Boba Fett got to have the face time that he got in the series. Let's remember now that Boba Fett is not a true Mandalorian, really. He's just wearing the Mandalorian armor. He's not a real Mandalorian like Bo-Katan kind of is, kind of sort of there. Or how, Din Djarin is, or Tar Vizsla was many years ago, who was both a Mandalorian and a Jedi. There's a lot of explaining to do in that. So Pedro Pascal doesn't really know exactly what he's talking about. The character needs to wear the helmet, and I do understand that Din Djarin is with a different creed. I understand that, but let's just focus on the title of the show. It is called The Mandalorian, after all, and he is a Mandalorian, and basics are basics. You should keep the helmet on, because that's a part of the overall character. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this all below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.